Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Shawnee and we are Glitzy Stitches Home DIY. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be participating in the What Would You Make Challenge. It's hosted by Zaina of OK at Home DIY. It's also hosted by Connie of Connie's Creative Creations. And our guest host today is Teresa of Teresa B Designs. Okay, in our first project today, I was sent these beautiful acorns by Woodpecker's Crafts. I'll have their link in my description box below, as well as Zaina, Connie, and Teresa's channel links and the link to the awesome playlist. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to be making risers for our Thanksgiving table out of these acorns. Now they sent me 3 of the smaller acorns, but today for this project we're just going to be using 2. All right, let's start with our larger acorn. And what I'm going to do to build the legs of our acorn, we'll be taking 2 of the tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I've put 3 dots of wood glue on here for the permanent hold, and we're just going to put a couple of dots on here of hot glue for that right now hold. I'm going to put these together. You want to make sure they're nice and even, just like so. And I've already completed the first 2 legs. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put these on at the end before we stain our project. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over because I'm going to set it this way. Okay, we're going to turn this over and make sure everything's all nice and smooth, and it is. Now we're going to take some Ray-Ban tissue paper. Now I purchased this at Goodwill. This was $2.99. It's a New Good product. It's actually a parchment paper. I've used it in the past and it works wonderful for these projects. You'll need 2 sheets of your parchment paper, just like so. And before we put our parchment paper on our acorn, what we want to do is I have some matte finish Mod Podge. You can also use Eileen's Tacky Glue for this. I actually prefer the Mod Podge, and we're going to coat this really well, just like so. A light coat, but you just want to make sure everything is covered. Okay, now we're going to place our parchment paper on our acorn. I want to make sure that the word gather is rather centered, just like so. Smooth this out. You can also use your brayer for this. Okay, just like so. Don't worry about the wrinkles. We're going to get rid of those real quick. Now you want this to dry totally, so I'm going to set this aside and let this dry after I trim around the edges of the bottom. And now that these have dried, I also went ahead and put the gather on our smaller acorns. And what we're going to do with these guys is I ran the stems the opposite way of our larger acorn, just the opposite direction with the stems. Made sure of that. Now I'm going to set these over to the side. I'm going to take my parchment paper after this is completely dry, guys. Another piece of parchment paper, and if you have any stains on your parchment paper from previous projects, you'll want to make sure that that's turned on the opposite side so it doesn't get on your parchment paper that's on your piece. I'm going to take my little mini heat press here, guys. I'll have this linked in the description box below. This is absolutely fabulous. I love it. All right, so you're just going to go ahead and you're going to rub. You don't want to go too much because these do get very hot, but you want the wrinkles out of your paper, just like so. It doesn't take much at all. And you want to make sure that Mod Podge is completely dry under your original piece that is on your acorn, so it does not stick to your parchment paper on top. That reactivates that Mod Podge, and guys, I'm telling you, the bond is fantastic. Just like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. We're going to put that to the side. We're going to let that cool. I'm going to go ahead and get our 2 smaller acorns completed and ironed out. What we want to do along the top of our acorn, I've already completed it with our smaller acorns, is I'm just going to take the parchment paper like this. Guys, this does not have to be perfect, but we're going to cut this off right smooth at the bottom of the acorn, straight across, just revealing the top of that acorn, just like so. Again, this does not have to be perfect, okay? Does not have to be perfect at all. All right, but then what we're going to do is we're going to take our little file. Now, I just purchased these files at the Dollar Tree, guys. They are absolutely wonderful for what we're about to do. I was using a big old sanding sponge, and I find that these work just great. You're going to go down in a straight motion all the way around the bottom of your acorn. I'll show you guys something. I just discovered this. Now, I had some wrinkles over here I did not like in our larger acorn piece. And I've been thinking I wanted to distress these a little bit to make them look like they've been used at another Thanksgiving dinner. You know, I mean, just distress them up a little bit. So I said, man, there's that wrinkle. And I said, I wonder what would happen. And I did, guys. I went straight over the actual dried under Mod Podge. And look, it's dulling it and making it look distressed. I was impressed with that. I was so happy with that. So that's how I'm going to distress my future pieces. It's just wonderful. Actually, it works great. And no wrinkles. So there we go. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab some of my brown paint in Truffle by Waverly. I'm only going to use our stencil brush on this, but I think I'm going to change my mind, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a sponge brush. Now, if you've been with me a minute, you know that I very, very rarely use sponge brushes. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to go around just like so, just patting. I'm not going to brush paint. We're going to pat this and give this some texture on the top, just like so. Okay. Just like this. I want to stay in the same pattern so it doesn't look funny. Just like this. Does not have to be perfect. But I am going to just touch the baseline of our parchment paper that we Mod Podged with our mini iron onto our piece, just like so. We're going to go just like this. Pat, 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 pat. Until we are fully covered. Guys, and here they are. I think these turned out gorgeous. Now keep in mind that we left this rough edge before we did the top of our acorn. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. It made it look so, so natural. I absolutely love it. Then I simply just dotted very, very lightly on the stem. I'm going to go ahead and go around and make the top of our acorn the brown truffle, and then the bottom I'm going to take a pumpkin orange by Waverly. But let me tell you guys something. Now, these are not food safe, so you want to make sure that you do not put any food directly on these. You can make them food safe. There are items you can buy at Hobby Lobby, at the store. I believe Walmart sells it actually. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get the brown put around the acorn. And at the bottom of the acorn, we're going to put the pumpkin orange by Waverly. I'm going to just touch up our little legs here, just like this. I'm just going to rough dry brush them just like that to put on our large acorn, and then for our smaller acorn we're simply going to put a couple of round beads. I'll show you guys when we get back. I'm going to get this finished. We're going to come back. We're going to have a completed DIY. Okay, friends, and there we go. I am so happy with the way these turned out. Again, I want to thank Renee from Woodpeckers for sending me these awesome blocks of wood in my box. Check out my unboxing in my video. I'll leave that link in the description box below. I'll also leave my Woodpeckers affiliates link in my description box below. I cannot wait for you guys to check it out. You will be so glad you did. Okay, and on to DIY number 2. DIY number 2. Now, I purchased this mini breadboard at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag right from this. Guys, this is a super simple one. I'm going to leave the wood grain absolutely natural because I think it's gorgeous. Now, a little bit ago, Craft Spire sent me these Gorgous. This is actually washi tape, but it's huge. The rolls are almost 4 inches, guys. They're like 3 3/4 inches long. I'm going to go ahead and open this. We're going to be using this today. Again, guys, simple. This makes the cutest little kitchen and or bath wall hanging. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to pull our washi tape, right? I'm going to go ahead, guys, and I'm going to put this one right in the center. We're going to center this as good as possible, just like that. Okay, you can use your Cricut spatula from the Dollar Tree. You can go ahead and use your brayer, anything you want to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it just like this. Cut off right here. This stuff is amazing. I love it. Okay, just like this. Now, what I am going to do, guys, I am going to go over it with my parchment paper as I usually do. You guys know this drill from me by now. With my parchment paper and my little mini press. I'll also have the link to this in my description box below, guys. This is absolutely fabulous. Love my little mini press. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this ironed out. We'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to go down in a downward motion and get the extra off the sides. Look how smooth that comes off, guys. Thank you, Craft Spire. Love this. Love this. Okay. Just like so. Okay. Now what we're going to do, again, I received these from Craft Spire. I just think they're adorable. Guys, this is so simple. And it just makes the most beautiful decor. Again, this can be placed in a kitchen, in a bathroom, in these beautiful little mini sunflower daisies, whatnot, just like that. That's exactly how we're going to do that. And they're nice and just wispy. Let's see which one we like better. I think I like the larger ones better, actually. Yeah, these are better. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to apply those with some alligator glue, guys. I'm not going to put a hot glue on the back of these because these are plastic. Now, I've used these on a lot of my paper products. They're absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm going to have that link in my description box below to Craft Spire. They have sent me just some amazing products. Okay, guys, I'm just going to simply, just like so. There we go. All right, I'm going to place it just like that, kind of sideways there. All right, and this will dry clear, so there's no worries there. And I'm simply going to set it aside to dry. Love it. Absolutely adorable. It's completed. and we can hang it in our kitchen or in our bathroom. Love it. Okay, guys, and on to DIY number 3. For DIY number 3, what we're going to do first, I have one of the carvable pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and just pop this stem right off here. Unlike the orange ones, guys, these stems are not removable, so you have to do a little bit here to get these off. Not too much. I'm just going to bust that puppy right off there, just like so. I have a fat quarter of material that I purchased at Walmart. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to start gathering this all around my carvable pumpkin, just like this. As tight as I can get it. We want it nice and tight around our little pumpkin. Just like so. All right. You want all your little creases in there to show just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chenille stem. I'm going to wrap this as tight as I can, a few times actually, around our pumpkin. You don't want to use a rubber band for this because we are going to be decorating the top, and the hot glue that we're going to use will cause your rubber band to come apart, and then you'll have a real mess on hand. So we're going to go ahead and do this super, super simple, guys. Let's go ahead and tighten that up as tight as possible. Okay, you can also use jute twine around this if you'd like. You can use jute twine and this combination if you'd like, just like that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get some jute twine, and we're going to reinforce that with some jute twine as well. Now I'm going to start cutting this material. I want to get this material off of here, guys, as close to the bottom of what's going to be our stem as possible. Guys, yeah, this is seriously simple. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to take, I purchased these burlap leaves at the Dollar Tree, guys. I'm just going to take those. I'm going to put them as close to our little pumpkin stemmy looking thing up here as possible. Okay, just like so. Just kind of on each side, just like this. Now check this out. Here comes the wood part of our project, and I absolutely adore it. This came from one of our black walnut trees. I love the way it looks like a stem down here, and it just fell off like this, and I think it's gorgeous and perfect for this project. Okay, so let's go right here. I'm going to go right in the center of this, okay? Just like so. I'm going to make sure that it's going to look right first. Yeah, I think that's absolutely cool. Really, really cool. Just like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pile a bunch of hot glue because this will not be outside. This will not be in sunlight. So I'm not worried about the hot glue falling off. Just like so. And I'm going to stick our stem right here. We're going to add one final touch to this, and we'll be right back. There we go, guys. Our little pumpkin is complete with our black walnut wood stem. I think this turned out absolutely beautiful. Just love it. And there we have it, friends. Our 3 What Would You Make DIYs. I want to thank Zaina, Connie, and our special guest host, Teresa B of Teresa B Designs, for hosting and co-hosting this awesome challenge today. I had a blast. And if you like what you've seen today, go ahead, give me a great big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell next to your subscription. Hit all, and you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. I can also be found on Instagram and Facebook at Glitzy Stitches Home DIY. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye. And if you enjoyed today's video, Here's something else you may like.